notes now. My new thing is I'm making lists, and I'm gonna have to.
Yep.
This guy wants to pay some rent. I'm sure. Hey, Michael, what's going on, buddy? The bank account number?
You're live.
Okay. All right, bye.
I didn't want you to give out that information live.
They can have it. They can have my bank account information as long as they put some money in it. Jessica.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Jay Segal in the building. What's up?
Oh, I'm so happy it's Friday. It's going to be a great weekend.
Why is that?
I run around all week long between working, my kids. I teach at the local community college.
Damn.
I don't ever, unless I'm sleeping, I'm doing something. So on the weekends, it's my time, and I love it. Yeah, we do pancakes for breakfast in the morning, and we relax. It's great.
Who makes pancakes?
I do. I make some mean chocolate chip pancakes. Oh my God. I love weekend breakfast. We got the hash browns going, the eggs, the pancakes, coffee.
What?
Yeah, it's good. All good. Because nobody has time to do that during the week.
Yeah.
Where I'm up at 5 a.m. every day.
You're joking.
No, school starts at 7 a.m. for high school where I am.
Are they driving to school, or are you taking them to school?
No, mom's taxi.
I love it. Soccer mom going to school, kids.
Yep. And that's what I got to do today. I have to run to get them to practice later today.
So I'm thinking about your former life. You're going to school, dropping off kids, and you're this badass attorney going to rip people to shreds.
Right? Yeah.
That is so cool.
I love it though. I love the craziness. Everything I do is with intention though. I mean, in all seriousness, I don't work on anything I don't want to work on.
Yeah.
So I never say to somebody, oh, I'm busy. I say that, I'm choosing to work on fun projects.
You know what? I'm sure you have had this thought how finite your time and your life is when you think about. I mean, no doubt you had to do this.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's on my mind every day that we only have a certain number of hours in the day and in life, and I'm going to spend it with people I love and things that I enjoy doing because life really is too short.
Wow, man! I got a tear in my eye, man.
It's true. Right?
Your boy is on that list. Your boy is on that list.
Yeah, it's so true.
That is so cool.
No, I don't have busy work. I don't want to live my life with busy work.
Minutia of doing stuff that has mindless behavior.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Our life, not to get off top, but our life is half over, right? If you really think about it. And so I want the next half to just rock. I want it to be this amazing ride.
That is so cool. Wow. I'm honored, Jessica. I'm honored. I'm honored. I'm thinking about shit. My life's been a damn roller coaster up until today. How crazier can it get? All right, class. Welcome. Chris Haskins hanging out with Jessica Segal. Good afternoon, class. In my ministry, my mission to raise your financial literacy and through real estate investing and entrepreneurship, I have forced Jessica Segal to hang out with me on Fridays at 3 o'clock. Today, we're going to be talking about deeds. Deeds. Give us a Jessica Segal class. We're going to do a quick, Jessica and I will do a quick keynote, if you will, and then we're going to get to Q&A at the end of our class today. What is a deed what is the Jay Segal opinion of a deed, Jessica?
Okay, so the critical document in all of our real estate transaction is the deed, and it is what is conveying ownership to the buyer. So what I thought we would go over today is there are different types of deeds, and some are better than others. And so you want to make sure that you're getting from the seller a deed that protects you from liens, from lawsuits, from, make sure you're actually buying, first and foremost, something that someone owns, right? So just because they're giving you the deed doesn't mean they actually have the right to sell it.
Nope.
So in order of preference, you're going to want that general warranty deed.
So let's
The
do
warrant, the warranty deed is the gold standard, and that is conveying a few things. One, that they have the legal authority to sell the house to you, the property to you. Two, that they're conveying a warranty to you that there is no liens on it, no title issues. And if there is, they're going to defend it for you. So they're guaranteeing this property is free from any title defects, any lawsuits, any liens. And in the event something comes up, they're guaranteeing you that they'll fix it.
Can we say free of claims, or you want to say free of liens?
Yeah. Well, same thing, same language, claim or lien. Yep.
Any claim anywhere in the world.
Right. And the title search is going to show that too. So that's why it's so critical to do a title search. We've talked before about contingencies. You don't want to buy a property without a title search.
Yeah.
And then the title insurance, which most people don't realize. Everybody kind of throws a title search and title insurance around. But that insurance actually protects you, much like an insurance policy. So if something was missed in that search and there's some defect in the deed, that insurance policy you're buying is going to protect you and basically defend you in the event somebody says, no, I had a claim against it and I want to be paid. So a good example of that would be if the county came back and said there's outstanding tax debt on this property. You want the prior seller to have to pay that tax debt, not you. So that's where the warranty deed and the title insurance come in.
Gotcha.
So then, yeah.
Stay here for a minute, just for a few seconds.
Yeah.
This one typically gets, do all the deeds we're covering today have title insurance, or is this the one? How does title insurance come into play with the general warranty?
So they're totally separate things. The title insurance is a policy that the buyer should get. Okay. The deed itself doesn't convey title insurance. It's like the title to your car, but then you go and get car insurance for it.
Well, what I'm saying is we're going to go, when we get to our quick claim deed, I just want to make sure that when we talk about title insurance, you can't, is title insurance something that can be obtained when you do a quick claim deed too?
Typically, no. Yeah. But like anything else, if you shop around, somebody may give you insurance for it, but typically no, because so going backwards now, the quick claim deed is basically guaranteeing nothing.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going to get title insurance. I'm talking generally speaking, Jay.
Yeah.
We're going to order title insurance when we get the general warranty when we buy the property.
Yes, correct.
Nice. So this is the one that you recommend everybody use when they buy?
Yes, definitely. That's the strongest transfer. I wouldn't buy a property any other way unless I was dealing with a spouse or a family member.
Gotcha. Yeah. So class, as we're getting here, if you're just coming on board, we're hanging out with Jessica today. We're going to be talking about deeds. Jessica is an attorney and is an expert when it comes to real estate transactions. So we're going to go over the different deeds that she recommends are the best. But first of all, we got general warranty deed. Okay, what's next?
Next is what some people call a limited or a special warranty deed.
Let's do special.
Yeah.
How many years does this go back, by the way? Does this go back forever?
Forever, yeah.
Okay.
I'll say this, your title insurance may not cover you forever, but technically that deed is, the purpose of that is a forever deed because presumably there's been a title search connected to that warranty deed.
Yeah. Okay. What you got?
So the special warranty deed, I don't like it, but it's at least better than the quick claim. And what that does is that seller is telling you, I can't promise you it's perfect, but I can promise you that I haven't done anything while I've owned the property to put the title in jeopardy. There's no claims against me personally. There's no liens while I've owned it. So he's basically saying to you, I can't speak for what happened before I got it, but I'm telling you that what I have, I'm giving you free of any claims or liens or anything like that. I have authority to give you this deed. I own the property. I'll be honest, in New York, we don't really see these too much. I mean, but it's certainly a tool that you can bargain for. I would think it would come up if somebody bought it from an unknown source and maybe they didn't get title insurance or they didn't have a title policy search done. So when they bought it, they don't necessarily know if it was good. So they're basically guaranteeing that if any claims come up after the fact that were connected to that seller, they will defend you for that. But they won't take on anything before they bought it. So the perfect example of this is going to be, I buy a property in 2016 with a special warranty deed. And basically the county comes in and let's say seller bought that property in 2014. They sell it to you in 2016. And the county comes back and says, in 2011, the owner never paid his taxes, and we finally caught up with our record keeping, and you owe us $10,000. So special warranty deed is not going to protect you because that happened before he owned the property. So now, as new owner, you're going to have to fix that if you ever want to sell the property. But if you had a general warranty deed, you could go back to that 2011 owner and say, pay up. So
what I'm seeing here on special warranty deeds, Jay, is when I'm buying a bunch of bank REOs.
Yeah. So, right, you're buying whatever they had, right? So you're buying it knowing there's a risk that whatever was on it before they bought it could still be an issue. But if you're doing your title search, you're going to know exactly what you're getting. You're going to know, okay, I only want to pay X amount of dollars because I'm going to have to go back and pay off this lien. So that helps you negotiate your price. If you're going to buy, a foreclosure or a short sale or whatever, at least with the title search, you'll know what you're dealing with and you can pick your price based on that information.
Yeah. So matter of fact, I always get when we get it from a short sale, anything coming from a lender. In my experience, has always been a special warranty deed.
Yeah.
I think moreover that they're covering their butts. They don't want to have to worry about going back.
Right. Because they're not even involved in it. They're just dealing with the foreclosure issue or whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
No.
So last on the list is the worthless quit claim deed.
Quit class, not quit.
Right.
I hear it all the day.
Quit claim.
Why is the worst? Worst, that means that it is at the bottom.
Yeah, meaning that there's no warranty on it at all. It's basically just conveying whatever the seller has to you. So if they don't have clear title, that's what you're getting. If they have tons of judgments against them, claims, anything on that property, that's what you're getting. They're simply conveying to you whatever interest they have in that property. You have no recourse against them whatsoever for any issues. So it's going to come up most often with, a transfer through to spouses or family, like after a death in the family. Just a quick, easy way to transfer the property. But you have to be careful with quick claim deeds because occasionally it'll void your title insurance. So you want to make sure your title company is on board. And so if it's like, okay, well, grandpa passed away and I inherited his house and I do this quick claim deed, is that okay? Or do you need me to get a new policy? So you just wanted to be, you want your insurance carrier to be on board with that.
Wow. So give us, if you could break it down in layman's terms, give us an example of how it would go down when someone were to quit their claim for property.
So it would be, I own a house and I get married and I want to put my now husband on the deed. So we do a quick claim deed to just add him to that deed. Or, mom and dad are getting older and they decide they want to add me to their deed. So they just refile a quick claim deed adding me that way. It's usually done interfamily.
So the person coming on title would be signing the quick claim deed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought when you're quitting your claim, I want to get my name off the title, Jessica. I thought that's where a quick claim came in.
Well, you could do both. You can convey completely, or you can add.
Okay, you can do either one.
You can, right. But if I was doing it, I wouldn't do the quick claim. I would do the general warranty so that whoever I'm adding is getting that protection. It comes up to sometimes, people will ask me in terms of a trust and stuff like that. But I always do the warranty deed because I want to include whoever I'm giving it to on my warranties.
Yeah. But this was going to pay on the general. Let's talk about fees, Jessica.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people I get a lot of calls about, should I do this one because it's cheaper and this one's got more fees?
I was going to ask you that question. I don't think there's any difference in fees. It may be that the county charges a set fee to record the deed, but then they charge per page. So, maybe a quick claim deed is less pages, so it's cheaper, but I'll defer to you on that. I don't know.
Well, the general warranty deed usually has a price.
Like every county charges a different rate in New York. I'll say it that way.
There you go. That's my point. That's what I'm getting to. So we have usually general warranty. There's a price and there's dot stamps and fees at the courthouse.
Yes, right. And so the special warranty and the quick claim have no fees?
No. I mean, the special it does have the fees, but there's a price on both of these two. Whereas a quick claim deed, there doesn't necessarily have to be a price on it. It's just a dot going to the courthouse for recording fees.
Okay. So in New York, anytime you're filing a document, there's going to be some sort of fee. So it may be less. I don't do them. I'll be honest with you. I've never filed one.
Gotcha. Wow.
So I have no clue how much it costs.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're recommending, well, what people want to do, even with subject twos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a lot of people like, well, can I just do a quick claim deed and call it a day and going down the street?
I wouldn't, because if they're coming to you because they're having a problem and they need to get out quick, you may not know how many other people they owe money to, or they've maybe deeded their property to. The title search will show you, hopefully, any issues there. But typically you're preparing all these documents for the seller anyway, you might as well do the general warranty deed. Give yourself the best option.
I agree. I'm not discounting that. I just want to hear you say it. I got to pull it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, this is where I live here.
Yes.
I have done some quick claim deeds in the past, merely because, Jessica, I went to somebody's house. Literally, they are moving. They're gone.
Yes.
And I'm like, there's no equity. The bank maybe foreclosed on it. I'm like,
right. So you're buying that eyes wide open. You're just taking the deed so they can leave town with the understanding there's no warranty on it. You may owe a lot of money to people on it, but you'll figure it out. And that's okay. Right. Yeah. It's like you always say, every situation is different, and you're trying to help that particular seller get out of their situation. And if that's what's going to do it, great. And then you can always clean it up after.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. Anything else that our family members might need to know about these deeds, Jay?
No, I mean, I think that's a good background. I find that usually when we hear the questions, it helps think of things I might not have thought to talk about.
Well, I just want everybody to know that if you're out there trying to use quick claim deeds, eventually it's gonna come back to bite you.
Yeah, I recommend you stay in the general warranty. deed house, and this is not the place to skimp. This is the where when in the court, if you had to duke it out, down the line, the kind of deed you have is significant in terms of how you establish your right to that property. So, and I always go back to estate planning. So also keep in mind that if you have multiple people listed on that deed, they have rights to that. There's tax consequences to it. You have to make sure that everybody on that deed signs off on it. If you are taking the property owner, taking it from a property owner, if they have their spouse or kids listed on it, everybody has to sign off on it.
Nice. Well, cool. Yeah. Thanks for talking to us about these deeds. I know, well, in my experience, quick claims has always been a big thing. People are like, just do the quick claim. They perceive it to be like an easy transfer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about your level of comfort with risk. We always talk about that. If you're okay with risk and sort of like, it's like the Cracker Jacks box when you didn't know what the toy was you were going to get and you were just surprised. And if that excited you, then then maybe you're okay with the quick claim. I was more like, I liked that machine where you put the quarter in and you saw what all the toys were. You knew what your odds were. I went for that type of treat where I knew what I was getting into. I want my warranty deed.
Yeah. So, all right, class. So we're from left to right here. Okay, this is going to get you all the way covered. In my experience, what I like to say is, listen, if I got a big chunk of meat on the bone, a lot of equity, if I'm putting money in the deal, if I want to maybe hold it, and I know I love the house, this is where I'm at.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and if I don't care if I lose the house the next day, you will just do it quickly, because here you're gonna pay more fee. At our courthouse, you're gonna pay way more fees in Virginia for
Okay.
deed.
What's the typical fee there for it?
I think we're paying 0.7 per $100 or something. So we had to put a price on there, or if you don't put a price, they'll just go with by default, they'll go with the assessed value.
Gotcha.
I don't know, $80,000. I mean, was that $500?
Oh, you're talking about like the taxes, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just talking about the simple recording fees, but you're talking about the taxes. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, the doc stamp, that's $25. That is not a lot. To record it is nothing. I'm not worried about that.
Well, it could be a couple $100 to record it here. So that's why that's what I was thinking when you were talking about that.
Okay. So you got a couple $100. Then we got recorded.
The taxes.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
And over here, do you know what it is for this up there regarding taxes?
No, I really don't.
Gotcha. All right, class, let's get to some quick Q&A. I'm glad to have Jessica with me. She only has a few minutes. Class, we are discussing opening up our members only Segal Law Firm Facebook group. Yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming. This is so cool. It's hard to get these things because they move while I'm scrolling. Angela Ford wants to know, do you buy title insurance from the title company that does the closing, I presume?
That's how I've always done it. I've never done it any other way. It's possible that you can do it, but I wouldn't. They're running the title. So they're going to give you a policy based on their own research because they're the ones backing you if something's wrong.
That's right. Yeah. I have never done it. I remember one time, Jay, I paid for title insurance and the title company didn't put it on there. I found out months later, then I called them up and they gave me a check and I had to go get my own policy. I've only done that one time.
Okay.
Wow.
You've really had it all, man.
Terrible. I'm like, where's my check for this title? I had to go back and get them to refund me because I never got a title policy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Talk about scary, right?
Yeah.
Rain City investors. Hey, if I'm added to the deed of an elder parent, very common.
Yes.
Will I also be subject to the liabilities or future debts and liens?
Yes. Right. Because you are now property owner.
How was he even responsible for the debts though? He didn't sign for them.
No, well, he's saying like if a judgment is put on the property,
Oh yeah.
right? If that's how I understood the question. Like if somebody files a judgment on the property, it's not that he has to personally pay it, but if he ever wants to sell it, he's going to have to pay off that judgment.
Rain City Investors. He also says since now he owns the property, is the home open to their creditors as well?
Now that I don't understand that question. Now that he owns the property.
They're adding, the elderly parent is adding him to the title.
Yes.
Will the home be open to their creditors too, the elderly parent?
I mean, anybody listed on the deed.
Yeah, anybody.
Is included in the potential source
That's
of
right.
judgment. Yeah.
That's why, class, we never put houses in our name. We put them in a trust.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. That's why I recommend you put the house you set up a trust, because there's also significant estate tax potential consequences to just adding the son versus doing the trust. So that's a whole different topic, but yeah.
That's that's why if it's in the trust already, it just passes ownership. You don't have to worry. I mean, it's already in the Segal.
And then also think of this: if they add son to the deed, when they pass, he automatically owns that property now. And maybe mom and dad wanted the house sold and that's shared between the siblings and whatever. And he's already got that house.
Wow.
So it can create fighting among siblings also. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. Nellie Rockwell, are you involved in property? Are you involved in a property where you cannot control the deed? I don't understand that one.
Yeah, I don't understand that question.
CC64, should all of our subject to docs state that the seller has given us a warranty deed if that is indeed what we're having the attorney prepare? Good question there. That says 64.
Well, so yes, but you have to know if he can convey the warranty deed, right? Does he even know what he has? How did he buy it? Wow. So yes, and be cautious. If the attorney fills out the document and it says that they're giving you general warranty, and then it says subject to limitations, is a sneaky way of saying, I'm only giving you what I have, which is really potentially the special warranty or the quit claim. So you have to really be careful that sometimes attorneys stick some tricky language in there and make you think you're getting the general warranty, but you're really not.
Wow, that's terrible. You got to go whack these attorneys, Jessica.
I know. I have to. I always say people hate attorneys until they really need one. I know. It's tough. It's tough to be an attorney.
Yeah, I don't even want to go there. Williams they have a three person with 3 people on the deed and 1 person who they can't locate. How can we proceed with buying that property? Can't locate 1 seller. Wow.
Yes, I actually had this come up. It was a divorce situation. No clue where the guy was. In foreclosure, they were trying to clear up title on the deed. He could have been dead. He could have just been gone. And so the attorney needed to prepare an affidavit for the homeowner, for the people on the deed, to basically say, I haven't had any communication. Nobody has seen him in X number of years. There's been no cell phone activity, no taxes, you can hire an investigator to see, is he filing tax returns, right? Or so no tax returns have been filed. We don't know where he is. And the court, it's called a partition action. And if you're in the middle of a foreclosure, the court can just do it as part of that. But you basically need court action to then clear title to that deed by operation of law. But you have to basically show what investigation you've done. And then whoever buys it needs to understand that that person potentially could turn up years later.
Wow. That's going to be a special warranty deed then.
Yeah.
That's a rough one.
But here's the thing: if the court does it, you're a lot safer than if just the two homeowners are doing it with you without court involvement.
I've got a note here. That's going to be our topic. That's a good topic to discuss, Jay.
Which one?
That whole thing you just went over. That's going to be the one step before a quiet title. Because a quiet title, I'm getting rid of everybody that hasn't spoken up.
Okay.
Well, this petition you're talking about, how much is this going to cost our family member to do this?
Well, it depends on the circumstance. Okay. So in the case where I was involved in it, it was a foreclosure action. So, attorneys are basically are handling that litigation, the bank attorney and the person in foreclosure. So you're paying attorney's fees, whatever it is, between $250 and $400 an hour to deal with it.
So wow.
If I'm just private homeowner dealing with the situation, it could be like boyfriend and girlfriend. This is why I always tell people to do like agreements when they're buying a house. But boyfriend and girlfriend, they're not married. They buy a house together. They're both on the deed. One of them takes off, no clue where he went. Doesn't want her to know necessarily where he went, and hires an attorney to do the partition action. You've got a couple $100 in filing fees in the court, and then you're paying your attorney hourly to basically, get the court to remove the person.
That's nasty.
And again, you're going to have to, hire somebody to establish that you've actually looked to try and find him.
Yeah. So basically, Williams, you're going to spend some dough if you want to try to get that house done.
Yeah. They may require you to put an ad in the paper, other things.
Yeah. That's a good question, though.
Yeah.
Julio. Hey, Julio wants to know, do you work with investors in New York City?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I'm only an hour and a half north of New York City, so I do.
Eric asks, on the subject to deal. Oh, you can't wait till you close and receive down payment. Yeah, that's true. Eric, you're doing a good job, man. I know you're out there grinding. All right, that's all we had. Jessica, what's your final thoughts for today?
Oh, goodness. Final thoughts for today.
Anything special happened this week that will be interesting to share with our viewers? I know last week you had that foreclosure proceedings. That was real cool.
Yeah. No, actually, this week I did a lot of estate planning work. I hosted an event at a wine bar, actually, specifically geared towards women investors and women business owners to get their business, like the LLC formation, how to do that, why to do that, and then their power of attorney, their estate planning documents. And it was really cool because we basically talked about what you need in a very relaxed environment over a glass of wine. So you basically had, like what we're doing, this Q&A opportunity. Yeah. So I give back in my community by doing that as my marketing and my outreach. And it was so fun. It was a great way to meet some people. And so I'll say this, it's an ongoing, learning curve. Watching your videos, talking to people, just never stop growing. Always try and learn more. And then every time you do it, you figure it out a little more.
Yeah, very true. Okay. All right, class. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next Friday at 3:00.
All right. And if you got any questions before Friday, shoot me an email and we'll cover them next Friday.
Yes. Jessica finally put our email in the description of the video, class. So now all you got to do is go right in there. So
sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Take care, everybody. See you next week.
All right. Bye.